Good evening. Hope everybody is doing well tonight. My goodness. Got a lot of stuff for you today. As far as not a lot, but a fair amount, as far as the protests are concerned. I'm talking about the trucker convoys, protests, whatever you want to call them. And both on the Canadian side and the U.S. side, some interesting information. So there's been, and I'm going to talk, let's see, well, what was I going to, hang on, there was one thing I was going to bring up. There's even some schmuck, and this article came out right before the show went live. Some schmuck, I guess, is actually coming forward and admitting to hacking the Canadian truckers' money. So, or not necessarily the money, but basically doxing the owner or the donors. Sorry. Of the Give Send Go. I'm just messing it all up. Anyway, so I find that very, very, very interesting. I also find the amount of support for the U.S. protest amazing. Absolutely amazing. So check this out. And I was going to show this to you just to kind of let you know just how much you are not alone, okay? So let me switch over here to the web view. And this is our back end. And just so everybody knows, even though it shows that we are monetized, we are something called shadow monetized, I guess. That's the term I put on it. It shows everything is good in the back end and we're supposed to be making money on YouTube. But I can show you, I can't remember, I think it was September 1st or something was the first day we were eligible. Anyway, nothing, goose eggs. In fact, we didn't even get a super chat that we were given. They didn't even give us that. So thank you, YouTube/Google. Anyway, no, if folks want to help us out, there is a PayPal link in the description of the video. It's not required, but much appreciated. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that this may be my fastest grow. I know it's the fastest growing as far as views video I've ever had. It's already over 10,000. Well, it's 10,390 views, which for me that's quite a bit. But what I wanted to show you is 472 likes, and we're at 99% on the likes. And I don't know if you can see that there, but there's 472 likes and 5 dislikes. So there's only 5 schmucks out there compared to the 472 awesome people, sorry, that decided to click one or the other button. So anyway, it is what it is. No, I'm just joking. Hey, I think everybody's got a right to their opinion, whether they agree, disagree, whatever. But there's a limit to that. Number one, you're not entitled a platform, okay? And number two, you're not entitled to force your opinion upon me, and vice versa. Same goes for me and with you. That's the way it's supposed to be. And I think that's what these individuals are expecting, both the convoy up in Canada and the convoy here in the U.S. I think that's all they're wanting. I think they're wanting us to have our freedom back. I mean, that's it in a nutshell, but that encapsulates so much because there are so many things that have been done. It's unbelievable. So anyway, let me start out. I'll talk a little bit about the U.S. and kind of the revelations from today. There was a video that I put out earlier today, obviously, and it was another interview. This one had Maureen in it, and I think Josh is his name. Brian was not in this one today. However, there was still some good information that came out. And so I think I'll I'll tell you what, it really does seem like they're getting everything, they're getting all their ducks in a row. And I find it very interesting. And I've still got to go through the older videos and remove all the improper links that are in there, because there is a lot of improper links. But anyway, not a lot. There's only like a few videos I got to do it to. But anyway, there's been this kind of big confusion in Telegram, because when this first went down, okay, I got in on the Facebook page for the U.S. Convoy right before the Facebook page was taken down. And I want to say that that's where I got the Telegram channel at, was from Facebook, but right before it went down, if I'm not mistaken. So I joined the Telegram channel, and from there, and I'm calling them channels, sorry if they're technically a different name. So I joined the Telegram channel, and subsequently joined several others that were supposedly related, including one for my state. And so I don't know exactly what the hell is going on. But today, on the peoplesconvoy.org, they have their social media links. Let me bring that up. Okay, here's their website, thepeoplesconvoy.org, and I've got it actually linked in the description of this video. So, thepeoplesconvoy.org, and it's got their declaration here. It's got a place for truckers to register there. It's got a statement from Mike Landis here, and then they've got a donate button here, and they've got their social media here. This is what I wanted to show you: their Getter, their Gab, Telegram, and Facebook, and of course an email. So anyway, the Telegram goes to a different channel than I was on entirely. So I don't know if this is a brand new channel, or I don't know. I have no idea. But the other channels that I were in, all with the exception of a prayer channel, the other channels that I was in have been locked up tighter than a drum. You can't communicate in them or anything else. So I kind of have a feeling, and this is just my opinion, that the individual that had ownership over those channels either wanted to go a different way, or maybe these guys, the guys with the convoy, wanted to go a different direction, because the reason why that Facebook page got taken down was supposedly an admin, okay, had posted something QAnon related, and supposedly that is why they took down the U.S. Trucker Convoy Facebook page, the original one, and it's also why supposedly one or more people lost their personal Facebook accounts. One of those people was the owners of these Telegram channels that I was in. Okay, so all this rhetoric going on about being a hijack and being a takeover. And apparently, and I can only go by what I see, apparently, the true takeover, the true hijack, was the ones that were put out, or seemingly put out to be the legit ones the entire time. So I don't know. It's still, that was a plot twist today that I didn't expect. So that's interesting, and I'm just gonna keep my eye out. I don't know. Anyway, I know the Facebook page is good for sure. I haven't checked the Gab, and I know that the Getter page is good. So Anyway, that's what's up with the U.S. convoy. It's not like I've got super deep details. For all that, I would recommend you go to the videos that I've been uploading when I can catch an interview. A lot of times they're on these live shows. I've noticed they're on these like live shows, and who knows whenever that's going to come out. So if I get a heads up in time, I can set up a screen recorder and record it, and then just pop out that interview, so that people can see that. And that's what I'm trying to do with these interviews that are going on these different news channels. It's just so that I can kind of condense, one place, because it's just here and there, and it's sporadic that they're doing these interviews, and sometimes seemingly last minute. And so I'm just trying to get the word out. That's the whole purpose of me doing that, is just trying to get the word out. So anyway, yeah, I'll tell you, Canada, that is crazy up there. That is what I wanted to also talk to you about. Let me have a sip of coffee here. So, as you know, they've had an uphill battle the entire way in Canada, with one hurdle or another being thrown their direction, and it seems never ending. Well, as you know, Give Send Go was hacked, and we had heard about that. We'd heard about a leak of donor data. And now, I don't know why I switched over. Now, right on RT this morning, I saw that apparently more Canada protest donor data was leaked. Now, I was telling you there was news that just came out right before I started the show. I'm going to cover that story next. Apparently, the hacker is, I guess, coming out and being proud about what he did or what have you. Anyway, this here says, Transparency Collective distributed denial of secrets known for leaking private data of conservatives, claims to have obtained even more information about those who donated to the protesting truckers in Canada than initially thought, and is now offering it to journalists for research. On Tuesday, DDoS Secrets announced on its website that some 5 gigabytes of data from the Christian fundraising site Give Send Go had been hacked and leaked to them, including the personal information of those who had donated to the Ottawa truckers who have been protesting against Canadian COVID-19 restrictions and mandates since last month. The latest data leak allegedly includes donor info for the Adopt a Trucker and Freedom Convoy fundraising campaigns, specifically MySQL, and this is what I was saying, this is exactly what I said, specifically MySQL database data and information from the payment processing service Stripe, among others. DDoS Secrets is offering the personal information which could be used to identify those who donated to the campaigns to journalists and researchers. This is insane, right? This is crazy. Crazy. See, initially it was 30 megabytes. Now it's some 5 gigabytes. That's a whole lot more data than 30 megabytes. 5 gigabytes of that type of data, you're talking like essentially text. That's a lot of data. Wow. So that's insane. But check this out. I mean, this guy is absolutely insane. Says cyber terrorists boast about hacking Freedom Convoy fundraiser. A Canadian self-proclaimed cyber terrorist boasted in a video this week about hacking fundraising platform Give Send Go and releasing the details of those who donated who donated to the protesting truckers in Ottawa. In a live TikTok meltdown, Aubrey Curtaner Cottle bragged about being behind GiveSendGo hack and other hacks too, including those which targeted alternative social networks, Gab, Parler, and Truth Social. Nothing scares me, nothing. Yes, I doxed the truckers. I did it. It was me. I hacked GiveSendGo, baby. And I do it again. I do it 100 times, screamed Cottle in the video. What are you going to do? What are you going to do to me, huh? This guy is crazy. Anyway, Cottle went on to admit that he also allegedly hacked alternative social networks, Gab and Parler, and the website hosting service Epic Hosting, before adding, I am literally in every mainstream media publication for things that I do. I'm not an unknown actor. So, it goes on to say this is crazy. Cottle appeared to be responding to commenters who accused him of being behind the GiveSendGo hack this month. The hacked data, which include the names, email addresses, and zip codes of everyone who donated to fundraisers for the truckers in Ottawa that have been protesting COVID-19 restrictions, was offered by the website DDoS Secrets to journalists and researchers who then publicly identified donors. So, crazy. Absolutely crazy. And here's the crazy thing, the even more crazy thing. Listen to this. I have to tell you this one. GiveSendGo has called for an FBI probe into the hack, calling it a well-orchestrated attack with strong political motivations behind it. And I would say that because of those strong political motivations, good luck with that FBI probe, because they didn't see nothing. They didn't see nothing. Nuts. Nuts. Have another sip. I'll tell you, it's crazy. But you know what? They keep bouncing back, and that is the incredible thing about this. I didn't cut it out. I actually downloaded a copy of it, but Pat King was on earlier, and it was kind of a tense situation. Apparently, the owner of one of the trucks wanted his truck, and I guess it was located at the Convoy. Well, a driver, I don't know if it was the driver that drove it there, but a driver was backing the truck out, and there seemed to be a bit of commotion going on. And before long, next thing you know, there's, not a real big police presence, but a fairly large police presence. And, it became kind of a moment to where the people kind of started to crowd around. And, it was at a point to where the police were pretty well surrounded. And you could tell they were nervous. Pat could tell they were nervous. And so Pat spoke up and told everybody, hey, get away from them, They got a job to do, let them do their job, And so anyway, everybody backed away from the police, and they just kind of backed away and started singing and stuff like that, and kind of ignoring the police. And the police kind of just went on about their way, But it was the way that Pat de-escalated that situation that was absolutely incredible. He really did a good job, and I believe that everybody that was present at that time, and likely, most of the people that were watching, learned something from that. It was absolutely amazing, because it was a situation that looked like it was going to get ugly, and because of the way Pat instructed other people to address it by not addressing it, by just walking away from them, it was pretty incredible. Anyway, I had to say that. Like I say, they take a hit, and it's like they don't even go down. They just keep standing. So even though they had the whole problem with GoFundMe, then they had the problems with GiveSendGo, and they still don't have access to that money. And the reason why is because there's a court battle and stuff like that. So hopefully they'll have a chance to get to that money. But even though all of that's going on, they still raise money on Bitcoin. So anyway, this here says supporters of the Canadian truckers' anti-vax protest have raised more than $900,000 worth of Bitcoin after the crowdfunding GoFundMe website blocked donations of around $10 million, according to organizers of the fundraiser. After the GoFundMe funds were blocked, a Canadian Bitcoiner group known as Honk Honk Hodl started a campaign on crypto crowdfunding platform Tallycoin. Every transaction that's done will be fully documented and transparent. A liaison between the group and the truckers, known as Nobody Caribou on Twitter, said in a video on Wednesday. More than 5,000 people who pledged funds totaling 21 Bitcoin via Tallycoin as of Friday. Most people donated in Satoshis, the smallest denominator of the currency, while Jesse Powell, CEO of crypto exchange Kraken, donated 1 Bitcoin to the Hong Kong HODL effort. At Bitcoin's current price of $43,700, the truckers are due around $900,000, so they are just shy of $1 million on the Bitcoin, which I'm pretty sure they're going to have direct and quick access to. So this is interesting. You know, the Canadian... Pardon me. Wow, let me have a sip of coffee. Sorry. You know, the Canadian government come out, you know, and acting all tough about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. And I'm just kind of curious how they're going to stop it. That's the thing I don't know, because they don't have control of that yet. So I'm not saying that they couldn't find out. They couldn't find paper trail. I mean, that already said just right in the article that it was going to be transparent. So obviously there'll be a record as to, you know, what went to the truckers. But nonetheless, you know, I'd love to know how they're going to stop it. I mean, it'd be kind of hard to do. Unless the lights went out. But I don't think they're going to go that far over that. So anyway, today they were given an ultimatum, the truckers. So I think I think it's interesting how they want to make sure the truckers are gone before they will drop the mandates and stuff like that, because apparently, you know, especially with the big flip-flop of Doug Ford and all that, apparently they're going to be backing off. And it appears that even in the United States that some individuals are wanting to back away from it. But it's interesting how they still want to bring the hammer down on the truckers. And I think they just want to do it because they don't want to appear defeated by this. They know. Oh, you know damn well they know that they're defeated on this. And I think you're going to see in the U.S., I think as quickly as time goes on, you're going to start seeing a lot of backpedaling, especially on restrictions and stances and even possibly recommendations from some. I think you're going to see a big change as we move closer to the 24th, because that's when the Freedom Convoy, the People's Convoy, is supposed to start rolling here in the U.S. Now, I would say that there's a whole lot of fluidity with any and all of this stuff. So that is the current start date, is the 24th in California. You can go to thepeoplesconvoy.org and they'll keep information updated there. They, like I showed you, they've got their other social media links there, so you can keep up on details as things go. Let's see. Other than that, no. Anyway, let me go ahead and read this, and then I got another article here on this situation. This here says on Wednesday, police in Canadian capital Ottawa handed out flyers to the Freedom Convoy truckers ordering everyone to leave now or face arrest under PM Justin Trudeau's emergency declaration. The truckers and their supporters have demonstrated for almost 3 weeks demanding an end to strict COVID-19 mandates. Now here's the thing. If I'm not mistaken, that order is not full in effect yet, because if I'm not mistaken, there has to be a vote in order for it to be in full effect. And until that vote happens, that's not a truthful, lawful order. So anyway, it says you must leave the area now. Anyone blocking streets or assisting others in blocking of streets or committing a criminal offense, and you may be arrested. Ottawa police announced shortly before noon on Wednesday. Officers handed out flyers with the same message to the protesters and put them on the windshields of vehicles parked in front of the Canadian Parliament. Protesters face arrest, fines, jail, and could have their commercial or even private driver's licenses revoked, the police said, while the warning is almost the same one as the city's police issued last Wednesday. Don't make us tell you again. The new announcement includes language specifically referring to travel restrictions in the Federal Emergencies Act. The law was invoked by Trudeau on Monday for the first time in Canadian history, and the law it replaced had only been used during 2 world wars and the 1970 terrorism crisis. Let's see. The crackdown comes just a day after Ottawa Police Chief Peter Slowly resigned. The official reason police cited for removing the truckers is that they are committing mischief by denying the people of Ottawa the lawful use, enjoyment, and operation of their property and causing businesses to close. A lot of the businesses, from what I understand, are thriving. And I know, isn't it horrible that they have bouncy houses there for the kids to jump in and have music going and big dance parties and there's food and everybody's having a good time. Man, that's mischief. That is some mischief there. I bet you there's a whole lot of homeless people that are getting fed. I bet there's a whole lot of homeless people that are probably even getting warm places to sleep as a result of what's going on. Now, I'll tell you what, I bet that there is so much improvement in that city right now. I bet there's such a massive drop in crime. Man, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous when a government is so tyrannical that they will go that far to deny the truth and the reality of the situation and what's truly going on, because what's truly going on is something incredible, something amazing. It is just mind-blowing at how unified so many Canadians are by this movement. How much love, how much hope. And to turn around and put these type of accusations on it, of course there's going to be people that don't like it. There's people that don't like anything. And there's always going to be someone that doesn't like something that you like, and something that you don't like that they do. Tough titty. It's just the way it is, you know? I just think this is nuts. Absolutely nuts. However, even you're seeing these government folks starting to really start coming forward and saying they want this stuff dropped, and this happens, to be with the with Canada up there. This here says governors, premiers want trucker vaccine mandate dropped, and hopefully they're not gonna just leave it with trucker mandates. And I don't think the truckers will. I think the truckers are gonna say no, all of it gone. Anyway, it says here, Alberta Premier Jason Kenney has signed a letter demanding Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and U.S. President Joe Biden drop the cross-border vaccine mandate in place for truckers. a mandate which originally kicked off massive protests in Canada against COVID-19 vaccine requirements. Along with Kinney's signature, the letter is endorsed by 16 U.S. state governors, including Montana's Greg Gianforte, I'm sure I said that wrong, and South Dakota's Kristi Noem. The letter demanded exemptions be put back in place for truckers crossing the border for both vaccines and quarantine requirements. We are deeply concerned that terminating these exemptions has had demonstrably negative impacts on the North American supply chain, the cost of living, and access to essential products for people in both our countries, the letter states. So like I say, you're starting to see them really start coming back and pulling back away from all of these, all of this mandates, restrictions, and all that. And I'm telling you, I think you're going to see a whole lot here in the U.S. over the coming next couple of weeks. I think you're going to see a whole lot of attitude change. We'll see. But I think they're going to try from multiple angles to snuff this trucker protest here. And I don't mean that as in a pun. Lord, no. But I do think that they're going to come at it from several angles. And one of them's actually, I think, going to be making us think that we've won, just by giving up on some of the mandates or what have you. But there's a whole lot of stuff that's been done and put in place over the last 2 years. So, yeah, I don't think just dropping the mandates is really going to be enough. Not if people are serious. There's been a whole lot of stuff that was done. I think American people would really be shocked if they understood just how much had been done over the last 2 years. Funny how when they want to get something done, it's amazing what they can make happen. But if it's truly to help the American people, no. What we got to do is we got to help the top, 3%, something like that, 5%, and that's going to trickle down to you, right? That'll trickle down to you. That's how that works. Has it trickled down yet? Because I'm not feeling it. Been kind of a drought. I mean, it's insane. Here's a thought. How about just not taxing the hell out of the people to begin with? That's a good idea. Anyway, that is the articles I had open. I've got the headlines yet to run through. I reckon we'll get that done and get the heck out of here. Fun times. All right. Got one from last night. Preschool shuts down after forcing toddlers to wear black face masks. Kind of crazy. Covered that. Canada says Freedom Convoy seeks regime change, and I don't believe that. I do believe that they would like if Trudeau would step down, but I don't think that that's a demand of theirs. But that would be bonus points, obviously. But regime change, no. They're making it sound like they're trying to pull off a coup or something. Central bank calls on India to ban cryptocurrency. Ukraine only part of the problem, says Kremlin. And again, I didn't cover any of the Russia stuff because it's all still stupid back and forth and all of that. Is there going to be an imminent invasion? Who the hell knows? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I really don't think so, but I do think there's a fair probability of a false flag. But an actual, organic invasion, I don't believe so. Anyway, Ukraine to mold gesture towards rebel region, says Germany. Ex-president arrested at U.S. request. This was the Honduran president, Juan Orlando Hernandez. Pet parrots declared a threat to endemic birds. China hits out at U.S. over Ukraine. Let's see. South Korea may punish Tesla. Wonder if they're going to cane him. They ought to cane Elon Musk. That's what they ought to do. Like, okay, you get 24 lashes with the cane. Let's see. New Zealand protests well, defying police ultimatum. Go New Zealand. Buildings collapse as country hit by major earthquake. That would be Guatemala. I know there was another one just today, too, like a 6.8 is what it read. I don't know if I deleted that. I probably deleted it. Hang on, let me look at my trash. 6.8 south of the Fiji Islands, and that was just right about 3 p.m. Central Standard Times when I got the email, so. Just saying. Woman beats HIV using novel treatment. COVID vaccines during pregnancy impact newborns, says a study. No kidding. Who'd have thunk it? U.S. housing bubble about to burst, leading economist warns. CNN draws flack for use of emotionally loaded term. Just the letter CNN is kind of emotional for most people. EU announces multi-billion euro satellite project. JP Morgan leaps into metaverse. EU nations lose legal battle in bloc's top court. Migrants sew their mouths shut. Yeah, they mean that literally. They sewed their mouths shut. That's pretty messed up. U.S. Embassy destroyed hard drives and computer equipment as it evacuated Ukrainian capital, says the media. But what I want to know is if they got Hunter's laptop. If they were able to get that. No, not the first one he lost. No, not the second one. It's like the 6th or 7th one that he lost. I don't know. Let's see. Kids game contains virtual sex condos. That's pretty messed up. China dumping U.S. dollar in trade and investment in Asia. Putin declares Donbass conflict genocide. Journalist claims he was canceled for investigating Fauci. Facebook settles lawsuit over tracking users. China tests new COVID detection tech at Beijing Olympics. Bangkok gets a new name, and I refuse. Nope, it will forever be known Bangkok to me because that's so easy to say and remember. Now they're going to Krung Thep Mahanakan, and I probably said that incorrectly, way wrong, I'm sure. That's why I'm saying Bangkok. I can say that. Got it. Good. Queen to fund Prince Andrew's rape case settlement, says reports. How's that? How do you like those apples? Right? Not only is he getting off as far as criminally for this, but mommy's footing the bill. City records first fatal shark attack in almost 60 years. Germany reacts to potential Russian recognition of Donbass republics. EU Commission President makes Russian gas claim. Bolsonaro gets closer to Putin than Orban, Macron, and Scholes. New York fuel tanker bursts into flames. That was my e-cig that was slamming on the desk, and I've got like all kinds of bings and bongs going off. Hang on here. I normally don't get binged and bonged that much. Let's see. Police investigating Prince Charles charity. I wouldn't know why. Number of Russian troops near Ukraine border is increasing, says NATO. Again, let me repeat, says NATO. Russian tanks, video of Russian tanks pulling back from the Ukrainian border. Who knows? I mean, nobody's going to tell us the truth anyway. And last I checked, my satellite's still not up there, so I can't look for myself. Russia mocks Western media for wrong invasion predictions. My satellite's going to get put up about the same time they shove my yacht out of the dry dock into the water. So about the same time. U.S. forcing Kiev to remain hostile to Moscow, says a senior Russian politician. A family of late comedy legend files lawsuit. Yeah, that is messed up, by the way. I need to comment on that. So, when the news of this came out, I even said that I thought it sounded odd, their reasoning for it, that he apparently hit the back of his head and thought nothing of it and went to bed and died. And so apparently doctors or examiners or what have you are saying that his injuries were more akin to, I don't know, maybe being hit in the back of the head with a baseball bat or falling like some 30 feet or something and hitting the back of your head. It was quite amount of trauma that was done, damage that was done to the skull. And so that brings up a lot of questions, exactly, what kind of a fall was that, for instance? Or which the hell one of you hit him in the back of the head with a baseball bat kind of thing. I'm just joking, but maybe not. I mean, this is messed up. And if there isn't a serious investigation launched into this man's death, that will be tragic. It really, truly will be tragic. Because I don't know. I don't personally know the guy. Maybe the guy was a horrible guy. But he at least he wasn't put out there to be so horrible. So I don't know. I don't know. Either way, being slunked in the back of the head with a baseball bat, pitched off a balcony, whatever, I don't know what could have happened, or if he could have fell off a balcony or something because of unforeseen heart issues due to prior medical procedures. Just saying. I find it very interesting, but I don't, if it was due to the last thing I said, I don't think the family would be so hell-bent on keeping things, under the radar. Something's up with that, and I hope it's really seriously investigated. I covered that one. Jeep goes two-wheeling with new product. Yes, they are making apparently a little bitty e-scooter. So I'm sure it would be a much overpriced e-scooter, but it would probably be a pretty damn good one. But it better be for the money they're probably going to want for it. So I have no idea what they're going to want for it. U.S. comments on meaningful pullback, and that's in quotes, of Russian troops. NASA unveils first image of newly launched satellite. Filmmakers complain of bullying, discrimination, and sexual harassment. You don't say. Russia unveils anti-sanctions shield. Twitter suspends account addressing liberal hypocrisy. No way. They would never do that. EU makes new threat to Russia. U.S. evacuates CIA from Kiev. Oh, that's nice to know they were there. Parents suing government over transgender culture war in schools talk to RT. CDC stirs controversy with COVID test explanation. Police give ultimatum. Oh, I covered that one. Survey reveals if Brits have any faith in the survival of mankind. No big deal. Dallas Cowboys paid $2.4 million to settle cheerleader allegations, says a report. Thousands of Afghan allies waiting on U.S. visas, says the media. NATO considers Eastern Europe buildup. New coronaviruses found in bats. Fear, fear, fear. But you know what? We haven't seen near the COVID articles in the news. That's really lacked up. Or at least it has for me. I mean, I'm sure they probably still crank on some fear on like regular broadcast television and stuff, but U.S.-Russia sanctions plan stalls in the Senate. Britain has a warning for those awaiting Russian invasion. Russia admits U.S. superiority in the Pacific. China could take advantage of Russian invasion fears, U.S. general warns. U.S. Queen Elizabeth makes rare health revelation. I guess she was having some issues with walking or what have you, so she was using a cane essentially. Governors, premiers, I covered that. Police on alert for Nazis headed to Ukraine, says reports. Israel fires surface-to-surface missiles at Damascus suburb, says reports. Pentagon reports close call with Russian jets. Biden sued over mask mandate for travelers. BLM fund posts bail for attempted assassination suspect. World's coolest dictator rebukes U.S. And by the way, they're talking about El Salvador's coolest dictator. I covered that. Americans name most urgent issues in new poll. Anyway, that is the headlines. Man, I'm tired. I am going to get out of here. It's been a long day. I actually got a fair amount accomplished today, so. Anyway, I am going to get out of here and take it easy the rest of the night. I hope you all do the same. And God willing, we'll be back tomorrow, and I'll see you then. So as always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit. And shalom.